sure there's another drama moment in your collaboration with design. Spill it out.
Yeah. So remember before how we spoke about, how long does it take? And then they gave us a couple of options. You want, wireframe to high fidelity. Well, there was a product designer who went away, and it's been 2 weeks, and I'd be like, hey, where's your design? And so this person came back and goes like, here's my design, right? To me, the eye of a PM, it looks like a high fidelity.
Okay.
So it's got color. It's like literally it's about to ready to be built. Or it's already been built. It's already been built in the lens of a product manager.
Yeah.
And for me it was like, whoa, like why did you go all the way to high fidelity? Because we're about to go into customer testing, things might change. And every time I see something that's high fidelity, I know when things have to change, whether it's small or big, it's going to cause a major argument.
Yes.
Because they're like, I just put so much time into this color thing. I just, designed all that. And so I was like, hey, where's your wireframe? And they're like, oh, you want a wireframe? Okay, cool. Let me just give you 2 seconds. And they came back to me with a wireframe. Now the wireframe was literally the high fidelity, but colored in black and white. Because back in the day, yes, wireframes were black and white. They're like balsamic, and that's the perception that we have of what a wireframe is. And so, and for me it was help me out here, Jackie. Like, how do we make sure that, our designers and are not wasting too much time, right?
Yeah.
And then the PM designer doesn't get into a huge argument when we want to change something.
Yeah.
When the flow's not right.
Yeah.
When we want to go into in front of customers, not with high fidelity, but just something that's good enough.
Yeah.
And not 2 weeks.
Yeah, not 2 weeks and not high fidelity. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is the thing. I can talk all day about this. Let me just break it down. Let my emotions settle. I think, firstly, designers think most of the time it's easier for me to do high fidelity if you're coming from an enterprise or scale up level. They already have a sophisticated design system. Sure. However, that shouldn't take 2 weeks, right? If it's already something built, you should be able to quickly put something together. That's number one. But there are scenarios where you shouldn't even go into design library. Even the design library is good enough. Why? Because if a scenario like an opportunity that you would be able to, you can see that you'll be able to come up with some other ideas that might not exist in the design library. For example, it could be an experiment. It could be a new page to attract leads, conversion, different design to attract different conversion. Those kind of things, I would always start with actual low fidelity, right? So it could be like I'm a mural and I just like drawing boxes, or I take a sketch on the paper again, and then I'll just do real low fidelity. And I kid you not, sometimes when you're in a high adrenaline, like creative flow, you could do 10 solutions in 2 hours. I've seen really good designers do that. Like in the afternoon, they'll be like, just block themselves out, headphones on, and just like legit just go for it, right?
Yeah.
And those produce because you're not in like that constant perfectionist decision-making point. You're like, I could just chuck this away.
Yeah.
Who cares? Let me sketch another one. Let me sketch another one, right? You could argue that, well, maybe 10 of them and 9 of them is a really shit idea. But guess what? You were flowing. And that's what produced better idea. And so I actually think when designers seize opportunity, they'll be able to get out of the design system. They should seize that opportunity to create new pattern and for whatever product goal is, right? And so that, again, I would say it comes down to the level of experience, knowing when to choose what tool, and knowing when to get something out quickly, knowing when to use workshop to collaborate with stakeholders, produce low fidelity together versus in your own bubble. Like all of these little activities, it's all about, number one, if you're good, you know what not good looks like, right? Full stop. And number two, if you're good, you always bring everyone together.
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe.
The other day, I was on Reddit And I came across this topic, someone posted, are all the designers are still wireframing, or we're just all like kidding ourselves nowadays? And the replies were, I don't wireframe anymore. I just go high fidelities and I don't do any low fidelity. All of this, it's kind of like you just flat out label, I don't do this anymore, because it seems like something else is already done and it's easier. It's dangerous because I actually, when I was back in a couple of years ago, I was working next to CEOs a lot, and because I was helping them like building the teams and also getting stuff out to VCs. And at that time, I wasn't doing too much hands-on design. So there's a group of designers doing it. And they also have that habit, right? Constantly come up with high fidelity. Whenever that happens, a senior stakeholder would tell me, I feel really bad to feedback on this, actually. It already feels like they spend so much time and work on this. I feel really bad. I don't want to break their hearts. They already spend so much effort. I appreciate it, but there's something to change. So they're actually holding back their feedback because this high fidelity design. So if you're a designer and you think there's no point to go into low fidelity, I urge you to reflect on that a little bit. The best design in the world are still coming up from scratch, coming up from the ground up, because the design system only tells you what's in the past. It doesn't tell you what's going into the future. So you can throw your creative things out of your way and just like look for the comfort zone of design system, or you can keep challenging yourself to see different scenarios with different tools. Anyway, I don't want to vent too much anymore.
But I think for me, when let's touch on design system, okay?
Yeah.
So I've been in multiple teams across the years where everyone's like, hey, we need to develop a design system. We need to design the design system. Then we need to code the design system, right? And the perception that that designers wanted PMs to champions, like if we get a design system, our design pathway or be able to build blocks on the website or on the app will be a lot faster.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And so, cool. So that's true. All right, cool. That perception, okay, that's true. Now, but then for me is like, what about the designing element of it, right? Because the development I understand, because you got your containers there, right? And you want to add different things in, and it allows us to self-serve too, right? To play around with prototypes while you guys are working through. But then when you're designing an element into the design system, does that also get fast-tracked? Because you did say design system is the past, right? But if there is like
a new element.
If there's a new element, that's right. So if there's a new element, the perception in a PM's head is you've got your system, just go design that box. Right? And that should be fast too. Is that true?
Okay, so that comes down to depending on, let's say, if they have new ideas, and that this new layout is not in the system, then it's designers' job to be able to justify why do we need to go forward with this particular design.
Right.
So they may have a couple of reasons why. Our hypothesis is that people are going to see this message this way, and they're more likely to click on this button to go into, sign up or whatever, right? Like, so they need to have a reason why to justify the extra time that's required to build this thing. And also, how scalable is this thing? So it could be this one single new component we're going to build. It's going to unlock all of these sign-up forms later, right? So we don't have to build new ones every single time. Okay, cool, justify. But if you can't justify and it's like one-off thing, it's less likely to try not to spend time doing that, right? Just go to the system. Yes, but if you can come up with new ideas, and you will be able to justify your ideas scalable and will be able to generate leads or business outcomes, then we're listening. Everyone's listening. But it's weighing up pros and cons, time versus risk, time versus money, all that stuff.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe for more.